So, we are back in Monster Prom for a third time. But today, it is up to you, kindly members of chat, to make the calls. From start to finish, this will be your chance to see what happens. So, let us start. Is the sound level good and everything, since I haven't messed with it since the last time? Just make sure before I get started. Now, so far, we have played Monster Prom twice, and Monster Camp once, and we've been single at the end of every game. So first choice you have. Are we doing first term, or are we doing second term? We've done one of each so far. Drop your answer in chat. Okay, we've got 2 votes for first, so we'll go with first. We did second term last time, so that's good. Okay. We're gonna do the full game, since that's what we've been doing. Spooky high, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid, sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really are. Okay. Now, you all know. Oh yeah, Cap, do your thing. If you gotta work. We've been playing as Oz for all 3 of the gameplays that we've done. So, I am determined to stick with Mahomie. So, we're sticking with Mahomie. That's one thing that is going to stick.
I can do this.
Because I love him. April, I have failed 3 times. The first time, we didn't even get the first date, let alone the prom date. The second time, we were basically almost killed. And the third time, we got the first date, but still didn't get a date for prom. So, leaving it up to me has gotten us nowheres. Okay, so we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. Play as Aubrey. Blah, 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 this is all the same stuff. We already know this. Skip over this.
Yay!
Okay, and also if you haven't played, been following along with our streams for this, the 2 times we have played Prom, I have gone after Griffin McElroy. So, I'm gonna leave it all up to y'all as to what happens. But that's who I have been pursuing. In this one, anyways. Now, Monster Camp, if you weren't here for the stream, is formatted completely different. And in your intro quiz, you are assigned a person you are trying to date based on your answer. So, you don't get to, like, pick and choose as the game goes along who you want to date. I looked at a thing after the fact to see, like, what you need to say to get who, because as somebody who didn't know the characters going in, I was like, well, I would have never answered that because I ended up hating the person we had to play all the way through to date. So, this one's up to you guys. Okay, so we gotta do our personality quiz, just like the last 2 times. But this time it's up to you. So, be a visionary. What will the next big social media craze be? You have 3 choices. Greek agoras, like literal Greek agorist? I don't know. Reinstated in our cities. Places where philosophy and arts are discussed by the greater minds. That's social media I want to log into. That's answer number 1. Answer number 2. Bullshit, but with a dollar symbol. It's Facebook, but each time someone shares news that isn't supported by real facts, they're taxed, and the money goes to the people exposed to that bullshit. Number 3. Arbert. From now on, a socially awkward guy named Robert will do everything he's commanded to do through the app by its users. So 1, 2, or 3. You can just drop a number if you want to make it easy instead of having to type out a whole whatever. And of course, because of lag, I'll give you guys, a little bit to throw in your 2 cents. Say make it happen with Griffin. I mean, eventually, if I cannot make shit happen on my own or with chat, I'm going to look at a fucking walkthrough, because I really thought last time we had it, especially since we got the first date, I thought when we got the first date, we were, like, guaranteed to get prom, and then we didn't get prom, so... This time, it's up to you guys. If we get Griffin, or if we get somebody else, or if we end up alone again. But I'm going to let you guys set our stats for our character sheet. April says number 1. Marcy, you going to be playing along since Cap is working, or are you elsewhere? Cap says 2. To be fair, if I was still on Facebook, I would love that feature. I'd be rich. We all would be rich. If Marcy's around, she's the tiebreaker. And also another night of suffering through me with my poor vision being unable to read. I don't even know if it's possible to develop dyslexia as an adult, because I never had problems reading when I was younger. I used to read a lot. She just rang your doorbell. Okay, we're gonna go with bullshit for now. Okay, so wealthy. Which god do you pray to each night before sleeping? Oh, I pray to all kinds of gods. I have this business where people pay me to deliver their prayers every night. I have even started to look for a Chinese factory to outsource the prayers. 2. Praying is kind of lame. I have a group text set up with some deities. Dionysus, Bastet, Loki, coolest cats in town. And 3. Praying is for fools. I took compromising pics of a god molesting a tree, and now I blackmail him for whatever I want. A lot more effective. 1, 2, or 3. If I could figure out a way to run Twitch polls from my phone, I would be doing that. But I only know how to do it for, I only know how to do it on desktop, so I can't do it with one monitor. Cap says Loki for life. Okay, we're going with that one. So charming. Which criteria would you use to name your children? My name plus 2, the second. A non-heteronormative name to give them freedom to define themselves on their own terms. I will research for a name that is pun-proof and joke-proof. No one will pick on them. Meh, no name. It's just too much work. Just a swear word. Or something simple and friendly like Bobby or Mary. Ooh, the end of that cup of coffee was like sludge. Yikes. I mean, Corbin Dallas is kind of a swear word. Man, speaking of Corbin Dallas, I just watched the episode of Savage Builds where he builds the weapon from the Fifth Element, like a working version of it, the 6-shooter. That was wild. You haven't watched Savage Builds, or you don't watch Adam Savage's stuff? He's a nut job. I mean, the thing is like, how much of this game can you really answer seriously? Because it's like you're a monster in a monster world, so it's like... Okay, that leans us towards Damien. Now, we still have wiggle room, but that's who we're going to be biased towards. So our stats to start out this time are 7 smarts, 5 boldness, 2 creativity, 7 charm, 5 fun, and then 7 money. Of course, the first choice of the day will be, where do we go? And then you guys will control the dialogue. Oh, you know, I didn't really pay attention to this, that each region helps you with certain stats. I guess that makes sense. The lol tree. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain a +2 fun. Suddenly a chill runs through you, as if the very fabric of reality is in danger. Scanning your surroundings, you quickly discover the reason for the feeling. Polly and Damien are together, and they're bored. Damien. What? I must have fallen asleep for a second because nothing is on fire. I know, right? Nothing crazy has happened in the last 47 minutes, and I'm dead. I mean, I'm literally actually dead, but I'm also dead because of how bored I am. What if we just... Oh, fuck. I'm so bored I can't even think of something to do to not be bored. No, help us, somebody, please. Cause a sexy problem. Alright, first choice. Break the 7 seals and release Kraylak Thule, the World Fucker, or send in the Party Goblins. Alright, Party Goblins it is. You call up every party goblin you know, and in a few minutes the whole school is full of them. They bring their party hats, their kegs of cheap beer, and their illegal fireworks. Damien gets into a friendly fist fight with 12 goblins while Polly poses for goblins gone wild. The party leaves 9 dead, hundreds wounded, and your 2 friends completely satisfied. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. Hey, we got up points on both of them for that one, so that's pretty good. Alright, who are we sitting with, guys? Top left table, top right table, bottom left, bottom right, center. What if I just, like, walked out of the cafeteria? It's like, I don't need lunch. I don't want to eat with any of you losers. I mean, he is vampire Griffin McElroy, so, I mean... You find Damien brandishing his usual silverware, a hammer and chisel, while Liam looks on in horror. You can't eat that. Watch me. First of all, it's made of one seamless piece of obsidian, so it's low calorie, and second of all, it's a lich's phylactery. One day. Phylactery. Part of his balanced breakfast. It's lunch. You're just jealous. No, I'm nervous. Nervous that you're going to eat that, get possessed by a lich, and kill us all. Well, I'm nervous that that's not gonna happen. Looks like these two are at an impasse. Maybe you can solve the dispute and score some romantic cred at the same time. I don't know who that is. Who the hell is Elijah Kamsky? Or Kamsky? I'm old and don't know things. Also, Damien given, like, actual kind of scary face here. Just saying. Oh, never played it, don't know much about it. I know that Marcy screams about it a lot, and I feel by just mentioning it, she might burst through my actual real-life window. Ah, okay. So what do we think? Damien, don't eat it. You won't have room for all the baby seals I brought you. Or, Liam's right, Damien. You should make him eat it. Who's eating the lich stone? Give Damien the seals. Baby seals, give them to me. I can already taste the cruelty. Oz, you scoundrel. How could you substitute wanton irresponsibility for animal cruelty? You quietly explained to Liam that the baby seals you're feeding to Damien aren't really baby seals. Hey, these are just seal-shaped beanie babies stuffed with tofu and pig's blood. Good thing you always keep a sack of baby seal decoys in case of killer whale attacks. I applaud your craftiness and your high regard for animal life. Let's go return this phylactery to Larry's crypt together. I swear to God, if you guys get us together with Liam, I'm gonna fucking scream. Because I legitimately suck at this game. It ends up being the third most romantic night you've ever spent in a crypt. Score. And this is why I'm single in real life.
Alright.
Okay, where are we going next? Now, I do know that there's like full guides on like what you should get for each person you want, and that they up different stats and shit, and we actually have money for once, but again, it's your call in this round of the game, so I'm not making any choices. I want more of this brownies. Brownies! I made brownies before the stream, I made coffee before the stream, I did housework before the stream. Terminally single. Is that what it's called? I haven't even attempted to date in real life since 2011. Like, there's not even been an attempt, let alone a failure. So. I mean, at least you're good at the video game romance, because I'm not even good at this. This isn't real. I'm like, ooh, cute monsters, and then it's like, I can't even talk to them, and it's only 2 choices. Too much effort and stress. Yeah, people. People. Romance is not a language I speak, so as I said, don't depend on me. Well, I mean, let's be real. You guys literally cannot do worse than I did, because I could not even get a successful ending 3 times in a row. So, even if we don't get a successful ending, technically you guys are already doing better than me. My stats are all good except for creativity, and I have money, which I don't normally have. The classroom, you think? Alright. That day you listened to your elders and learned valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Later that night, you head out to the club with Polly and Liam. Using your fake IDs, also known as Polly's boobs, you have no problem getting in the door. The real trouble begins when you get to the bar and Polly starts teasing Liam.
Ugh, lame.
I'm telling you, boy, you've got no game. I'm also being insulted now. And I'm telling you that I reject the ludic sexual paradigm. I'm just not even trying anymore. This week's been too long for reading. Underlying your assertion. All I'm saying is that if you're really as cool as you act all the time, you should have no problem getting digits from that gender indeterminate locust swarm down at the end of the bar. Well, of course I could if I wanted to, but you see, the key to my allure is that I don't want anything. Sounds to you like Liam's just scared. You decide to go over there and show them both how it's done by... Number 1, coating yourself in insect pheromones. Don't go after people. Make people go after you. Or 2, dancing so hard that you also separate into a cloud of locusts. Yeah, I don't think Puncher is an option. Puncher and her ghost boob. Pardon the noise for one moment. I'm going to refill my beverage. Which is nothing exciting. It's, well, I was drinking water and coffee, but my coffee is finished and so is my water. So, it's time for some tea. Let's see, pheromones. Alright, so smart. You pull out the spray bottle of locust sex pheromones that keep you for just... that you keep for just such occasions. To think I used to read Shakespeare and perform on stage. You spritz it all over your most intimate areas. The hot young locust swarm at the other end of the bar immediately takes notice. You talk all night about your hopes and dreams. It turns out the locust swarm wants to be a veterinarian. When you excuse yourself to go to the bathroom, Liam catches you by the arm. Hey, not that I care or anything, but do you think you could loan me some of those locust sex pheromones? No reason. Looks like Liam's got a fetish. You gain +2 charm and +1 smarts. You guys are literally doing infinitely better than I am, and we're only on week 2. So you all talk mad smack about how bad you are at video game dating, but you're already beating my ass at my own path that I chose. Where to next? While I fill my drink for some sweet ASMR. Let's see. Okay, where are we headed to next? We went to the classroom, we went to the club, we went to the tree. Let's see, what's our lowest stat is creativity. Let's see, I default to a sneak thief murder in choice-based games unless I have a companion I can impress in romance. Wow, our chat is one brain. So I'm glad. So I'm good at reading their wants and adjusting my playstyle to please them. Fair. Sneak thief murder, huh? Looks at April. Rogue. Meanwhile, I'm like, I main as a hobbit minstrel in Lord of the Rings Online. And I don't even do any of the main quests, I just do the side quests. Like, gathering vegetables for people in the Shire. I don't play with a guild. Who needs a guild? Or a fellowship, or whatever the hell they call it in that game. Should I buy something? Yeah, let's go check out the buying something.
Hey, stranger.
Aw, you missed me in my shit, huh? Worry no more, all this shit can be yours. If you have the money. Not me, though. Okay. So, we have the gift that keeps on giving. Which is the mystery item. We have the tampon used by the former prom queen. You know, for good old blood or ritual, or in case you're just a creep with an unhealthy obsession, don't even dare ask me how I got this. A motivational poster. Crafting your art requires years of hard work, education from great mentors, and tons of raw talent, but damn, that sounds exhausting, so let's settle for a motivational poster for now, okay? A fake badass tattoo. It has flames and a skull and even a knife. With this, you can murder your enemies, go to prison, make everyone your bitch, and then murder them too, and go to some kind of super prison, street cred plus 9,000. There's this, a corpse, selling a corpse. It's like some kind of fashion accessory. It's not as if I'm trying to dispose of it. A blanket with 2 holes. Sheet ghost costume. Some impractical, yet funny glasses. An erotic fanfic about dragons. A sexy fake Latin accent. A Russian novel with an insightful approach to universal matters such as love and death. And a PR agent. Those are our options that I can afford, at least right now. I can't afford the cocaine, and I can't afford the penguin mask. So anything else is up for grabs. I don't know what the event tags mean, since I haven't done any of those. So I have no say in that. So, yeah, some items you end up using, and then some items boost your stats, I think. I don't know if the event thing means that you give them to somebody, or it interacts with somebody. I'm assuming maybe that's what it means. But I've never bought any of them. But I think the other things mostly boost your stats, and then the gift that keeps on giving, I think, changes. Like, there's different things. So without, like, having a guide in front of you, I honestly couldn't tell you what each one does. Because it doesn't tell you in the description. It just gives a description of the item itself. So the Latin accent is one that I have done before, and I think it changed my stats, but I have not done the fanfic, and I don't remember if we did the Bob Ross poster or not. I want to say the Bob Ross poster maybe changes your creativity stats. What do you think, April? What should we go with? I mean, we can always buy more down the line, too. I think we can buy, like, 1 thing a day if we have money. It's just a matter of how much money you have. Okay, I think we're gonna go fanfic. Also, I'm interested because it says event, and I think that means it'll interact with something.
See you later.
Yeah, who would want to save money for their college fund when you can spend it on weird stuff that's most likely useless? That's the spirit, champ. One night, no limits. Dragon Heat. And it's $6, so we have $1 left. Alright, we move forward to noon. The hiccups.
Alright.
Ooh. Alright, I assume we're gonna sit with our crew, right? Or should we mix it up with somebody else? Okay, this guy over here, even though we've never talked to him directly, but we've seen him in previous gameplay, he reminds me, at least from this picture, he reminds me of the, like, greasy bully kid, both from X-Men Evolution and from Hey Arnold. Like, with the kind of almost mullety, part middle brown hair. So every time I see him pop up, I just think of, like, 90s cartoons. We don't want friends, we want romance. Alright. You've just sat down to eat with Damien and Liam. Well, to eat with Damien, Liam's just taking pictures of his food. When a leather-clad figure drops from the air vent onto your table, it's the Slayer. Which, boy, am I overseeing her face after playing camp. Lunchtime's over, dirtbags, time to die. This always happens when we sit together. Your death-based rhetoric is offensive, don't spoil my food pick. Oh, I'll spoil more than your food pick, Count Stancula. I'm about to spoil your face. Just his though, right? Both your faces. Fuck. The Slayer is right between the 3 of you. You can't save Liam and Damien, but if you act fast, you might be able to save one. I legitimately, like, really disliked her when we played, her path in monster camp. Like, I wished so hard we could have derailed and dated somebody else in that story arc. Or at least gotten away from her. Again, yeah, punch her. Yeah, it's not an option, sadly, but... Can I roll up the fanfic and hit her with it? Also, why does she go to a monster high school and a monster summer camp if she's trying to kill people? Like, that seems counterproductive. Okay, we have 1 vote for flipping the table. The other option being immobilize Damien with the Lord's Prayer while Liam escapes. We're about to learn that y'all are like 100% way good at this game, despite what you might think. Alright, I think we're gonna flip this table. Boop. Normally, when you flip tables, it's out of anger or mischief, but this is about to be the most righteous table flip ever performed. No, my footing! No, my artfully arranged cafeteria food! Yes, fucking up school property! The Slayer ends up pinned under the table along with Liam, and Damien jumps down there and starts punching indiscriminately, not caring who he hits. Well, Damien got to punch somebody. So, you know, just another normal day for Damien. I've never felt so alive. Offensive. Whatever, let's flip all the rest of the tables in the cafeteria while the flipping's good. You righteously flip every single table in the cafeteria. With each table you flip, you find Damien is flipping a little more for you. Yeah, I didn't pick that one the first time around. I picked the save Liam option. But I wasn't gonna say nothing because this one's on you guys. Okay, where are we headed next? You're accidentally about to date Damien. I mean... To be fair, it is who we lean towards in the beginning. I need to plug my phone in. It's gonna die. Oh, you know, Cap made a choice for us to go for Damien instead of Liam. So Liam got punched. And then me and Damien went on a table flipping spree together romantically throughout the cafeteria. Now you guys can pick where we're headed to next. Yeah, sometimes they get you. You would think that flipping the table would be helpful for both, but that's why I suck at this game, because sometimes you think you're doing an option that's like, oh, this is more creative, or this is more positive, and then it's like, you fucked us, how dare you. Make a decision. I'm grabbing a knife. I'll be right back. Everybody just passed out all over the house. No, we have not been to the bathrooms yet, nor the auditorium. but we only have 1 money, so I don't think we can afford anything but the gift that keeps on giving. Because I think that's free, technically, if she has it. Or if they have it. I think it's a she, but not sure. So, we could technically go to the auditorium and maybe get a free gift, but we probably... I don't know. We'll go.
Show me that money.
So we can afford the gift that keeps on giving, or the tampon. Not the tampon. I mean, the gift is a mystery item. I don't know if it changes every time or what. The tampon gives you the heebie-jeebies. Okay.
Later, Gator.
We'll get the gift. The gift is free. Let's see what it is. Oh, shit. All the cool kids want to be friends with Satan. Little Satanist kit. So it does change every time, because this is not what I got the last time I did it. It negatived our creativity out to -3, but our fucking smarts is 25. Where to next, guys? I'm not gonna lie, because of how fucked up the game in general is, the first time I played it through and I saw the tampon was an option in the shop, I was like, they wouldn't make that for the vampire, would they? And then I was like, should I buy this? That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. Let's be real. I would date these. Whatever these little boogies are, I like them. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. You're wandering down the hallway reading Dragon Heart Dragon Heat as discreetly as you can, which apparently isn't very, because Polly and Vera clock this immediately. Ugh, are you actually reading erotic fanfiction about dragons?
Yes.
Because we love Dragon Heat. I'm all about 19th century Russian literature, but a ghost girl can't say no to some erotic fanfic, am I right? I've literally been working on my Morgana von Briestrick cosplay all week. Don't worry about why. Speaking for yourself, Polly, I've never... Okay, fine, I may read Dragon Heat, but don't go around just telling people. Psh, we're clearly safe with him. A fellow Dracophile can always be trusted. Are you sure? I mean, anyone into Dragon Heat must have a wicked mind. 297 chapters and counting, and it still manages to amaze me with all new levels of wrong. Yeah, right? I fucking love it. Yet I must admit, I'm a bit vanilla when it comes to fave chapters. Mine is the one where Harold McDonglard, Horus the Hydra, and the deranged Draco Delacourt have to rest at an inn after the Choking Bay adventure, only to discover they have just one available bed. There's only one bed, the classic fanfic trick that never fails. Ha! Yes, that one was good. I personally prefer the one where Vanessaria unmasks her masked savior after a passionate kiss only to discover it's herself, and then they totally bang. I'm not a fan of time travel, but sign me up for some good self-cest. Amen. What about you, Oz? What's your favorite story arc? Nothing to worry about. You'll just be revealing your inner kinks to us. No pressure. First option, easy. the Sexcalibur arc, where they want to discover the Chosen One who can control the mythical Sexcalibur dildo, and they have a super orgy so everyone can have their turn with the dildo. Or, what about this exclusive chapter I've written myself? Yeah, no, I agree. Hex was also a desirable I mean, I don't know that in Monster Camp if Hex is dateable or not, because they did give you a lot of weird Hex-centric choices, which I was making when I could, but I'm wondering if I played it differently if you could actually hook up with him. But anyone who knows me knows that my tastes in anything aesthetically does not lean towards, oh great, a boring human. Like, okay, Cap says chapter I wrote. April, what do you say? Fanfic of fanfic is next level. April, I hope your children aren't around and listening to this stream. Okay, so we're going with self-written chapter. Oh, see, not so creative. You wouldn't think that, right? Based on writing a chapter yourself, you'd think that is the creative answer. This game gets you sometimes. What? Let me see. Vera takes the pages from your hands and they both start reading. What? This is just all the characters working together in a coffee shop. It makes zero sense. And then you go and throw in some centaurification for no reason? Oh, wonderful. Now they're a K-pop band, and they're just met One Direction. I think I've had enough. Boo, this is poor fanfic. Lol. 101. I thought it said lol. You can't choose whatever stupid thing you like and make it happen. Isn't that fanfiction's whole thing? At least you can't do that and expect to impress us. Okay, now they have a point. And they've left. It's okay to spend your free time how you see fit, but maybe you should learn what to show off and what to keep to yourself. The cost of that lesson has been -2 smarts and -1 charm, which the smarts, we can take the hit. The charm, we're pretty low on. I'm glad you're hiding in the workshop, April.
Alright.
I'm reading about a dildo and horse fucking or whatever the hell. Okay, are we gonna go sit with Vera and Liam, I assume? It bothers me. It's also fucking with my brain that his name is Liam, of all names. Because, like, I'm just like, that is Griffin McElroy as a vampire. I want him to cosplay as this character. It'll never happen, but it'd be fucking hysterical. Yeah, we fucking am burning it. Our smarts are great. Our creativity is non-existent. We're so not creative, it's actually impressive. Alright, we're gonna sit with Griffin and Vera, and we're gonna see what happens. You approach Liam and Vera's table to find them thoughtfully tasting several glasses of wine. This school has literally no rules, apparently. Ah, wine. That most exclusive of beverages. Even a vampire such as myself cannot resist its class and allure. Do you know a lot about wine, then? I'm having dinner with the King of France next week, and I could use some pointers. France doesn't have a king anymore. That's what the media wants you to think. So, do you know about wine or not? Alas, in my centuries of living, I have only learned how to look good holding wine, not how to evaluate it. All I know is that I'm not drinking another glass of that one. Vera points at a bottle with Polly's toilet wine written on it in permanent marker. What I wouldn't give for an experienced sommelier to help us judge which wine is best. You know nothing about wine, but you're pretty sure most sommeliers just make stuff up anyway. You suavely recommend 2 options. Number 1, try the sangria. It pairs well with seafood and blood. Or 2, the tannins in this robust Malbec are an elegant way to mask the taste of poison, perfect for diplomatic missions. We're bold and smart, we got this. Okay, come on, bold and smart. Come on, chat. Okay, we're going sangria. You know the pronounced sweetness and citrus flavors would go well with any unholy blood meal. I've always tried to pair Pinot Noir with blood, you know, because noir means dark, like my soul, and I always avoided sangria because the little bits of fruit in it make it seem inauthentic. But I suppose the clue is in the title, isn't it? This truly is a new dawn for sanguine cuisine, which is a tongue twister. As I'm dropping brownie on myself. Well, not dawn per se, but let's say a new dusk. Yes, a new dusk for sanguine cuisine. As someone who does not literally drink blood, I am afraid I don't share your enthusiasm. But I do like to imagine vampires getting chunks of fruit stuck between their fangs. Lim ignores her. He's too busy gazing at you over the rim of his glass. He's a little drunk, but you don't judge. Okay.
All right.
Where to next? Where to next? Also, it seems weird that there's like a track area, but we can't go to it. Is that something you unlock and I just haven't done that yet? Like if I were to pursue Scott, who's I'm assuming a football player, would we be able to go here? Or is this just decor? Senpai noticed us. Oh, Senpai. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's technically the outside part of the gym. It's just weird that it's, like, on the map. Because, like, everything that's on the map is either, like, just a small little portion or it's attached. But it's, like, they made this such a large area that I feel like maybe there's an event or something that takes place that you can unlock via a specific path, because there are so many pathways to take. I don't know. We could try to boost our creativity. Now that day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity, so now we're only at -1. You find Liam storming out of the dressing room, still wearing his very fancy costume. He goes straight to Vera, where she sits in the audience, as usual, judging people. You've got to help me, Vera. Art is in jeopardy. Help you? Please. I signed up to be a dramaturge specifically because it allowed me to criticize people without doing any real work. You may return to your calculated apathy immediately after helping me sign underground supergroup Yogurt Resort to score our play. You want Yogurt Resort to score our play? The ones who did Help Me, I'm Drowning in Tractors? I hate to admit it, but that's actually a very cool idea. The fact that someone besides me knows about Yogurt Resort only makes me slightly less excited about this plan. Which should tell you how important this is to me. How are you going to pay for that, though? That's exactly what the director said. Everyone is trying to smother my artistic spark beneath the boot heel of capitalism. It appears that I must make some concessions to the invisible hand of the market if I am to realize my dream. Yeah, I definitely want this to happen, Liam. We just have to figure out how. Options. Number 1, have a bake sale, but with cocaine instead of baked goods. Or 2, tell them we're all orphans and that this is a charity event. That is true, we could not afford the cocaine at the bathroom store. I mean, unless we're lying and saying it's cocaine and we're like selling flour. Or sugar or something. Yeah, it's one of those weird choices where it's like, sometimes the obvious one is not obvious. What do you think, April? Any 2 cents on this one? Cocaine bake sale or tell 'em we're orphans? So also we did figure out the items that have events, like they cause certain events to happen. So I'm curious what item would attract Liam for an event. Yeah, I think we're gonna go bake sale and see what happens. Oh, of course, this will require only a minor adjustment of my underground criminal empire. I mean, what is a drugs? No time for feigned innocence, Vera. This is about art! The two get to work, smuggling kilos of cocaine across the border and using it to make powdered donuts. Soon, almost everyone at school is hooked on cocaine. Most of the actors quit the play to focus on their addiction. That's fine by Liam, though. He really just wanted Yogurt Resort to come and play, and they do. Sure, some people got their lives ruined, but somebody's gotta suffer for Liam's art, right? He gained +2 boldness and +1 smarts. Well, ironically, we went to the theater and we didn't come out with any more creativity.
Alright.
Alright, where to next? You guys are doing a good job, at least in my opinion. I mean, we've gotten a different path than we have in my playthroughs, making the decisions for Liam. I will say that. Because aside from, like, the table flipping scene... Ah, Doggo, you have joined me in the room. What's wrong? You okay? I don't think it's storming right now. You're doing the shakies, but I don't think it's actually storming. Please don't pull on the Ethernet cable. You okay? I turned the light on out there for you. It shouldn't be dark. Aw, poor shaky baby. That day you spend some time on the library's PC sending malicious spam emails to the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose -10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares, but you gain +2 money. Later, you're carrying around your precious dragon heat when you're spotted by Miranda and... Damien? Wow, dragon heat, I love it. Also, you may not know this about Damien, so look at him. But it turns out that he, too, is a hopeless romantic at heart. Are we reading the same series? I'm in it for Dragon Dong, Miri. Nothing so bad yet so good as a billionaire dinosaur made me gay. Damien, you are being utterly foul. Don't profane the deep emotional connection between Harold McDonghard and Godiva Galantina. Deep emotional connection? Is that why the latest chapter ends with Harold finally boning Godiva, and then she wakes up to find him gone? The cliffhanger must be entirely misleading. People simply don't abuse each other's love and trust that way. I worry about you, Miri. I really, really do. I just desperately want to know what happens next in Dragonheat. Do you think Harold is capable of being so mean-spirited? 2 options. True, art imitates life. Let's look at Damien's Tinder messages to see what he's capable of, shall we? Or, Harold may or may not be a scoundrel, but love is alive and well. Let me take both of you on the greatest 3-way first date ever to prove it. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know if the 3-way date will hurt our standing with Liam. I have no clue. April, what you think? 3-way date or look at Damien's Tinder? Alright. 3-way date. Let's see what happens. Not so charming. A date in the midst of a school day? Why, my duty responsibility and breeding say no, but my heart says yes. I have a midterm in interdimensional peace 305, so anything's better than that. Oh, huzzah! I do love being courted. Let us flee to the absolutely most romantic day that has ever happened to me ever. Yay! Oh, fuck. Somehow, despite spending all of your time in school daydreaming about dating instead of studying, you still know nothing about romance. You bring Miranda a bouquet of fish and Damien the head of one of his enemies, which actually turns out to be one of his friends. Oops. The date is over before it begins. How were you supposed to know that Damien had friends? You lose -2 smarts and -1 charm. Well, there goes the safety net, am I right? Awkward lunchtime. When you reach Liam and Damien's table, you find it absent of food, but covered in paperwork. Do we really need all of these special forms? Can't we just write death threats on regular paper? For the last time, Damien's substantive change within the administrative system requires mastery of mechanisms of bureaucracy. What if we wrote the death threats on really fancy paper? Liam turns to address you. As you can see, my mastery of realpolitik has caused me to embrace an unlikely ally in my quest for reform. I have no idea what he's saying. I just want the cafeteria food to stop being so fucking boring. You see, our interests are aligned. I too desire a menu less pedestrian. Your charm isn't suffering right now. Sure, either way, we're stuck on the last bit. We know we want the menu to change, but we don't know what to change it to. Yes, we have indeed encountered a culinary block. Perhaps you can suggest something appropriately artistic. Okay, 2 options. Number 1, a white plate with a single sprig of parsley in the center, the essence of minimalism. Or 2, a bowl of knives, the essence of knives. Now, last time I got this option, I went with bowl of knives, and that was, not great, but leave it up to you guys. Andor says parsley. April, parsley or knives? Cake or death? Parsley or knives? Aw, doggo, you okay? You okay, little doggo? Alright, parsley it be. That's it! That's it? Don't you see, Damien? It's a bold commentary on the emptiness of consumption. Really? It sounds like a plate with a leaf on it. Oh, you'll never understand. But, like, why even have a leaf on the plate if you're trying to be so minimalist? My god, you're right. Why even have a plate? Why have anything at all? That's it. Our new menu item. Nothing. The school receives Liam's petition. From now on, the lunch line will include one empty tray. A great victory for artistic expression.
All right.
I mean, apparently, parsley is leading to starvation, so technically it's parsley and death eventually. Alright, it is week 4, evening. We are inching closer to prom. Our smarts are high, our boldness is high, our everything else is pretty low, except for fun. Our charm is still, our creativity, I mean, is still in the negatives. Where to next, guys? Where to next? Cap says outside. What do you think, April? Outside? Okay, let's head outside. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You're casually chatting with Juan, the small magical Latino cat. You start telling him that hilarious story of what happened last summer at Monster Camp. You know which one. The one involving the beehive, the blow-up doll of the president, the penguin mask, and the mystery of the Goblin King. Slowly, lots of people start joining you to hear the story. By the time you say where the Goblin King was, 100 people or so burst into hysterical laughter. You turn on a mobile app that captures all the laughter and turns it into +2 fun. Looking around, you see Damien and Liam arguing about whether black metal is better than death metal. Suddenly, Damien stops arguing and sniffs the air. Shut up. Do you smell that? Yeah, it smells like Christian Dior and plot armor. Oh, fuck.
Prepare to die!
It's me, dickheads, and I brought enough crucifixes and holy water for the whole class. Oh, lucky me. I've been meaning to finish my take-home final for AP murder. Go ahead, just try to kill me. I'm the protagonist, bitch. She's right, unfortunately. This is well-trod territory. We are, as they say, pretty fucked. Screw that. You've got a way to save Damien and Liam without killing anybody. All you have to do is bring everyone to tears with a mind-shattering guitar solo, or throw a brick at her head. Oh boy. Well, we didn't get this path in either of the last 2 playthroughs, so I'm definitely leaving this one to chat. Cap is chanting brick, brick, brick. I mean, honestly, after having to play her path in Monster Camp, I want to brick, brick, brick. But, like... Alright. Hopefully we don't miss. Oh, we got so bold. You pull your emergency brick out of your backpack and chuck it at the Slayer's head. Ow, my consciousness. Of course, plot armor prevents the Slayer from being killed, but allows her to be knocked out when she's being an asshole. Supernatural, is that you? I just like the part where the brick hit her head. The 3 of you work together to drag her to the bathrooms and put her head in the toilet. It's a bonding experience. You gain +2 fun and +1 charm. We are now into week 5. We are 1 week from prom.
All right.
Where to? Our stats so far, we got 22 smarts, 11 boldness, -1 creativity, 3 charm, 12 fun, and 3 whole money. We won the game. Yeah. If I kill her now with a brick, if I just brick her face in, do I have to play with her again in Monster Camp? Because that was like torture for me personally as a person playing a video game. Whatever else happens, we bricked her and put her in the toilet. Victory. Yeah. I don't disagree on that one. Cap knows what's up. I'm so curious how the multiplayer versions of these games work as, like, competitive, because they're competitive. So I'm super curious to see how that looks. I've never looked at any of the gameplay from somebody else, but it just seems like such a strange game to have as a competitive game. I mean, we can try. In theory, it's good. Let's see, that day while rehearsing for the class play, you weren't especially good nor inspired. For once, it seems you aren't getting the classic creativity boost from the auditorium. Oh my god, we're cursed. But afterwards, while talking to your classmates, you're having trouble conveying your point in a discussion, so you decide to convey it through music. You start singing, and suddenly everyone else joins you in a kick-ass musical number. It's so amazing that people with whom you were arguing totally get your point and change their minds once the song is over. You gain +2 creativity. We are in the green by 1 whole point. When you go to remove your costume, you see Scott still wearing his tree suit. You haven't seen a tree look this bummed since Woody the Ent's parents were cut down to make way for that mega mall. You ask Scott, what's wrong?
Whoa!
I really thought I was going to be an important part of this play, bro. I mean, trees are important, right? They give oxygen and shade, and you can pee on them. Plus, the director called me an atrezo. That sounds way fancier than actor, but I don't know why I feel so useless. Atrezo means prop, you imbecile. You're not an actor, you're scenery. But I'm not scenery. I'm a person with feelings, and my feelings want people to clap for me and tell me I'm a good boy. You poor mongrel. The entire purpose of the scenery is to be in the background, to remain unnoticed. Although altering the performance such that a tree becomes the primary focus would be dreadfully avant-garde. In fact, it could be my greatest artistic achievement yet. Alright, Scott, I'm gonna make your dream a reality. We need to brainstorm. How can we make the tree the center of this play? Scott's not a tree, he's a tree person. He comes alive at the last second and rips the bad guy in half. Or, what if everyone was scenery? Where are we at? We bricked the annoying girl and we put her in the toilet. Yeah. We're on week 5, so we're far into the story already. And actually, we're not doing terrible compared to how I was playing, so Chad is doing much better than me. So, cast your votes in chat. Scott a tree person, or is everybody scenery? Also, this face right here that Scott is making is how my brain feels every day of 2020. I responded that by finding this information out, that even by mentioning it, I thought that Marcy might kick in my windows and fly through my house. Listen, I'm already behind the curve on, like, pop culture and celebrities. I don't know who most people are. So, it could be an Instagrammer, a TikToker, an actor, someone on a TV show that's very popular. I would not know, probably. Yeah, no worry. You do your thing. Listen, we're just here to chill on stream and have some kind of distraction in our day, no matter how stupid it might be. Even if it's Scott's little tiny bird wing that's sticking out here. Listen, it's preaching to the choir here. My older brother mind you, we're both in our 30s. My older brother, who is soon to be 40, has TikTok, and like all he does when he's around people is show people TikToks. And I just stare at him like I want to grab his phone and throw it into the middle of the nearest street and watch it get run over by 15 cars. I am not a person who has ever had TikTok, nor any interest in TikTok, but all the time I'll see people be like, oh yeah, so-and-so, like this huge TikTok influencer, and I'm like, what? Who? Why? And like they'll pop up in things that are unrelated to TikTok, like they're actual celebrities, and it's like, oh god, just stay on TikTok so that I don't have to... No, I don't want to be exposed to any of it. Like, the very, very, very few, like, quote-unquote good TikToks make their way to other social media, like Twitter. Like, if TikTok shows up on my feed on Twitter, and I follow, like, what, 100 people or something, it's probably pretty funny, or educational. But I'm not... Yeah, no. Yeah, I would... It's so weird, and, like, my brother's huge interest in, like, addiction to TikTok is so... I don't think he makes any, like, he doesn't, you know, post anything, but, like, if you get in a room with him, he will literally, like, for 2 straight hours show you endless TikToks. And it's so weird, because he'll be like, oh, this one guy's really funny, and he'll show me, like, a clip of somebody who's, like, a famous YouTuber who's been around for, like, 10 years, but just now also has a TikTok account. It's like, okay, yeah, and this person's been famous forever. Like, this isn't, like, a new famous person. They're not a TikToker. They just have a TikTok because they're already famous everywhere else. Listen, half the time I'm on the internet, people say something, or even, like, abbreviate something, and I'm like, no idea what you're talking about. I feel old. Like, I know all of my hair is white, but you make me feel, like, 50 years older than I am. I didn't think, like, mid-30s would be that point of, like, I've lost touch with the youth. I was never in touch with the youth even when I was a youth, but I'm beyond out of touch with the youth now. Old man shakes fist at cloud and whatnot is about the extent of my, my memeage at this point, I feel. 35 is the new 50. Yeah. I'm half waiting for someone to, like, okay boomer me, and me be, like, literally just collapse into a grave that was somehow magically dug behind me while it was being said. It's like, I mean, I don't care, do whatever you want, like, you know, like whatever you like TikTok, you like TikTok, but it's like, I don't care. I have my own things, and I don't care to keep up with it all. Millennial apathy has aged us. There's a lot of things that have aged us, in my opinion, but we'll get it. That's not for now. Alright, what are we doing with Scott in the tree? Are we doing everyone a scenery? There's a sleepy little dog behind me, and it's in a little sweater, and I just want to smush her face. Alright, we're doing scenery. What if everyone was scenery? Not so creative. We are like the least creative motherfucker in this damn school. There are no bad ideas in brainstorming except for that one. Seriously, what were you thinking? How am I supposed to drive people to tears with my performance if I'm performing as a table? Can a table emote? Can a table tap into your deepest sorrows? Okay, that's a bad example, for I have seen a table, so replete with modern design features that it did make me weep. Oh no, look what you did! You made Liam cry! The legs, so slender. The detailing, so minimalist. Curse you for drawing my memory back into this dark pit of emotion. Later that day, you also run into a table that makes you cry. Because you literally run into it, because you're an idiot. You lose -2 smarts and -1 creativity. We're back in the 0 zone! Okay, week 5 noon, we're inching our way to prom.
Alright.
We can't be fucking it up too much, cause we ain't gonna get those dates. You approach Liam and Vera at their table, but before you can sit down, Vera holds up a hand.
Pathetic.
Stop. This is the cool people table, where only cool people are allowed. I would agree with Vera just said, but agreeing is something only uncool people do. Wouldn't you agree, Vera? Nice try, Liam, but I think we're getting away from the point. This interloper still wants to sit with us. Well, if he wants to sit with us, he is going to have to prove he is as cool as we are. But without, like, trying to prove it. Trying is so uncool. So, what's it going to be? Well, I guess I'll be going then, because there's no way anyone could ever be as cool as Liam. Or, let me ask you this, would an uncool person be giving Vera 50 monster dollars right now? Make your choices in chat. I need, like, a little button that I can push on a soundboard for, like, the theme from, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or, like, The Weakest Link or something. I really am regretting getting rid of my monitor, because if I would have known that I would be back on Twitch this year, I would have kept my shitty 80 bajillion year old monitor that was so low res you could barely read text on it, but at least I could run Twitch on it. Pretend to leave, play hard to get. That was my guess, because I think Liam was wait, was that sarcasm? No, of course not. Oz was clearly being totally sincere. There it was again. Are you two doing this on purpose? Now, why on earth would we do that? God, I can't tell whether you're being sincere or ironic. It's so cool. Everyone knows clear and efficient communication is the least cool thing of all. You've wooed me with your open disdain for language. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Exactly. Vera and Liam invite you to sit with them and chat. By the end of lunch, none of you has any idea what anyone else meant. So cool. Week 5 evening, we are merely one day from, or 1 week technically, from prom. Our stats are pretty much around the same, except we are back in the 0 on creativity. At least we're not -3. We're low on the money, high on the fun, high on the boldness, and high on the smarts. Where to next, chat? Let's see. I think the gym would be for charm, right? That's the charm icon. We could probably use some fucking charm at this point. Let's see. That day, an Olympic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You are clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. Alright, got a little bit of charm. Of course, Liam got eliminated way early and has been sitting on the bleachers ever since. When you go over and ask him if he's okay, he snorts. Of course I'm okay. This is the best gym class I've had this year, because I didn't have to actually do gym. That's the problem with this class. They make you do exercise. I'm a mental athlete. My gymnasium is the mind. It smells better, and no one tries to pat your butt for giving 110%. I tried telling that to Coach, but he just says, well, you know the body is like the mind of the body. I just need some kind of bulletproof excuse, anything to get me out of this class. Turn into a cloud of translucent mist. Translucent mist can't exercise. Or, tell him you're dead. Alright, chat. We're getting close to prom, baby. We gotta make them good decisions. You guys have been doing mostly, in my opinion, pretty good so far this playthrough. I really want to set up a way to do Twitch polls from my phone, but I don't think you can. I think you can only do them from, like, desktop. Which sucks! Because then you guys would just, like, hit a button, and it would show, like, the results. You wouldn't have to type in chat or whatever. Yeah, I mean, there is lots of dead people in the gym. That is logic there, because there's the ghost characters, there's vampires, there's like zombies. I mean, there's multiple types of dead people and or undead people. So I would also assume that probably isn't a good excuse. A translucent mist maybe might work. But as we all know, sometimes this game flips your expectations of what actually the result will be. So who knows? Anyone else got any say in the votes before we make a choice between excuse for Jim, turn into mist, or tell him you're dead? Squeaky chair noise. Squeaky chair emote might be the next one. Because I just tightened this chair between the last stream and today, and you can't tell, it is just as squeaky. Squeakiest chair in town, da-da-da. That little dog face. One day, I will have dog cam. Maybe. She actually hates cameras. I don't know why, but like anytime my dog sees a camera, she instinctively knows that it's a camera and then runs away. Or she covers her face. She like is very camera shy. It's funny. The squeaky chair commands you to vote in chat. I can't believe we've been streaming for over 5 hours. A long afternoon. But good. It's been good. It's been chill, and I think everyone can use distraction. I can definitely use the distraction. I might keep... well, I don't know. I might cycle Don't Starve into the rotation occasionally, or I might keep it for late night quiet streams with no mic, and just have music or in the game audio on. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I like background noise when I do stuff. Like Thursday nights, I usually okay, we have a vote for Mist. Spaghetti water time. Spaghetti water. Okay, going with Mist. Not so creative. Oh yeah, I can do that. The best thing about being a vampire is that you're always remembering powers you forgot you had. Liam instantly becomes an immaterial cloud of vapor with Liam's exact face. It's really a gaseous form, but you were trying to be polite. Just then, Coach comes over to make you guys exercise. Alright, kids, up and at 'em. You know what I say, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and push-ups. Oh, I'd love to, Coach, but I seem to be an intangible cloud of airborne particles at the moment. Holy moly, you are, aren't you? No muscle mass at all. A very serious case indeed. Well, don't worry, Foggy buddy. I'll devise a special exercise routine to get you back in shape. The routine involves 10 minutes of trying to escape a vacuum cleaner, rhythmic gymnastics, and squats, somehow. Liam will probably hate you forever. You lose -2 charm, and -1 fun. Every time we get to prom, we fuck it up right beforehand.
Alright.
Alright, April. Steer the ship. Where are we headed to next? That's weird. April, where we headed? Oh, gotcha. Bathrooms or library? Let's see. Let's go back to the bathroom. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But you don't stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for the rest of eternity. So you do some graffiti on the wall. No way! The graffiti says, I'm bold as fuck. And you know what? It turns out the wall is a magical wall that grants wishes. What a wall! A deep voice resounds from within the wall and says, well, not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold. And then you gain +2 boldness. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Anyway, lucky you. Alright then. Afterwards, Liam walks up to extremely nonchalantly. It's ridiculous how little he cares about his walk. After considerable thought, I've come to the conclusion that you're not a complete poser. And seeing as I could use a partner for my tragically hip late-night excursions, consider yourself invited. Tonight, 3 a.m. I'm sure you'll have no trouble coming up with an appropriately underground destination. Here it is, guys. I mean, it's not like I don't know any cool places to go or anything. I just want to give you an opportunity to prove yourself. Liam vanishes in a cloud of mist and angst. You've got 12 hours to choose the trendiest spot nobody's ever heard of. The options are Monstropolis's most exclusive new nightclub, Asterix, or the hottest, most underground nightclub of all, the Earth's Core. Well, this is the make or break moment. The date before prom. If the date goes well, I assume we'll get a date for prom. For once. If the date goes poorly, I assume we will end up alone again. I mean, the good news is it's just a video game. So, it's not like actual pressure. I mean, we could wait and see if Cap comes back. Well, it's not real life, it's a video game. And I've already failed 3 times, so... I mean, we can wait and see if anyone else chimes in. I assume... I mean, I can't see who's in chat right now on my feed. Because I'm not on my computer, I'm on my phone. Oh, so Liam asked us to go to a exclusive, edgy date, but we have to make the choice to impress him. So he wants something edgy and hipster and unknown and unpopular. So these are our 2 options, and this is the date before prom. So if we fuck this up, we probably will not get a date to prom, and if this goes well, we might end up getting a date for prom. So, where are we taking Liam tonight? You guys can discuss in chat, and then we will go from there. He approached us, by the way. We did not approach him. So, he thinks that we're cool, or at least not a total loser. And he asked us out, but then he told us to pick. So that we could kind of prove ourselves to him. And I've already failed this 3 times, so... And none of these were options when I've played, so... don't know. It's up to you guys. True, the Earth's core is underground, literally. But it is well known. So this is one of those things where it's like a weird, almost, I don't even know what to compare it to. It's like one of those like Faustian choices where like the wording is sometimes super literal, but sometimes it's also very like subverted. Do you both think Earth's core? Because we'll go with it. I mean, I don't care if we win or lose, because either way, we've already unlocked a bunch of new stuff that we haven't seen before. I think we're gonna go Earth's core. That's what chat seems to think. Okay. So bold! That night you pick Liam up in your giant mechanized drill machine and head for the club. Luckily for both of you, you hit the land of the mole men before you get anywhere near the core. The core is actually just impossibly hot metal. Why you thought there was a nightclub there is a total mystery. The mole men, on the other hand, really know how to party. They've got spicy gin, rough jazz, and about 1 million captive techno spiders. You wake up next to Liam a week later, atop an active volcano. That was quite a night. Do you remember something about pledging our allegiance to a campaign to exterminate all surface dwellers? That was probably just a weird dream I had. Let's not read anything into it. You don't even remember what happened to your drill machine, let alone how you got all these vintage thermometers. That's how you know it was a good party. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. And we are mere hours away.
All right.
Mere hours away. You take your seat between the strongest and smartest men you know. Liam appears to be taking a very intense picture of some bizarre-looking food. Scott is looking about as confused as you are currently. But Liam, food is delicious. It's for eating. That's why they call it lunchtime. Neither of those statements is wrong, but they also aren't quite connected. Scott, if I had the capacity to eat, I assure you, I would still ignore the actual content of the food in the favor of finding the perfect combination for a flawless Instagram post. Pardon me. Oh, I see. You're going to post a picture to advertise the food to people who can actually eat it. You're so smart. I'll be happy to eat your food for you. I'm afraid your palate is way too unsophisticated to appreciate these rare Japanese delicacies. Oh, they're Japanese? Do you have any Scott snacks? You know what? Fine. I've taken all the pictures I need. Eat whatever you want. Thanks, Liam. Oh, they all look so yummy. I don't know where to start. Oz, any ideas? Maybe your choice of a snack can get one of these boys to want to snack on you in an innuendo way, not literally. Okay. Obviously, the lychee fruit-flavored custard with a side of tofu and a drizzle of raspberry extract is the most superior food on the plate. Or go for the brightly colored bag of meat biscuits that somehow has an anime drawing of Scott's face on it that says Scott Snacks. Alright. What do we say, chat? We're so close. We're so close, guys. Cap says custard. April, do you agree on custard, or do you go for Scott Snacks? It's, again, yeah, it could be the obvious answer is a trick, or it could be just the obvious answer. It's the trickiness of this. Unlike some dating games where the answers are all literal and what you say is what you mean. Okay, we agree on custard, so we're going with custard. Oh, Oz, I always knew you were a monster of impeccable taste. Actually, that isn't true. I assume everyone has horrible taste and a useless aesthetic. But in this case, it's pretty clear that this assumption does not apply to your beautiful self. Did I say beautiful? I meant your aesthetic is beautiful. Because we have the same aesthetic. The lychee custard picture has already gotten more likes than any other food on this table. And it's absolutely delicious. How could the way it tastes possibly have any relevance to a conversation about food? Did I just make up a word? I don't even know. My brain is pudding. Or custard. Liam, you're so smart that I don't even understand how that makes any kind of sense. Thank you for being someone with whom I can actually discuss the important nuance of Japanese food pictures. It appears to be you and me against a very ignorant world. Yeah, stupid everyone else for actually eating their food and not taking pictures. Thank goodness you and Liam have each other. XOXO. Okay. We are down to the end of shit, my friend.
All right.
Where to for the night of week 6 before prom? I can't believe we ended the game with no creativity. That's hilarious. I mean, you guys are all doing way better at Liam hunting than I have ever done. Well, I can't buy anything because there's no cat person. Cat person only shows up to sell us stuff, and the night before prom didn't happen. So we should have stocked up on items, and we only bought 2. Buy a prom gift from the toilet. I mean, that is, you know, in this school, realistic. But since we can't buy anything anywheres, where do we go on our last night of the regular part of the game? I mean, honestly, how much of it will even really make too much of a difference? I mean, half of our stats are high, give or take. I don't know if 20 is the max or if you can go higher than 20. Cap says Jim. April, what do you say? I'll leave the little stat thingy up here. Oh, 25. Okay, yeah. I wonder what the max is if you, like, between the items and the actual stats you can get naturally in the game. I wonder what the max is. I have the memory of a goldfish, which if you have watched any of my streams, everyone knows now. At this point, like, I don't even know how much, if the stats make a difference, or if the items make a difference, or if it's just our decisions at this point make a difference. So we'll go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team, but suddenly, you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears, and you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. You lose -5 mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom sequel, but isn't now, but gain +2 charm. You're doing that thing that gives you the most life, reading Dragon Heat, when you're approached by Scott and Liam. Aha! A fellow connoisseur of the Dracophilic arts. Here Scott and I are also experts on the topic. An unexpected duo.
Hooray!
Yeah, Liam and I are fandom buddies. We love to discuss the things we love on our favorite stuffs, wikis, and forums. We're the best fandom buds, even if we don't always agree, like with the Starko and Markapoo thing. Okay, first let's be clear. I engage in passionate fandom conversations only as an ironic way of celebrating low culture, which I truly despise. Second, for the 100th time, after spending years in Hekapoo's dimension, Marco is now actually in his 30s, so it isn't right if he dates a 16-year-old girl. These details matter, Scott. Think how wrong it would be for me, in my 400s, to date people from this school if all of you were actually teenagers, instead of being much more conveniently in your 20s. Anyway, enough meta discussion. Scott and I here are in a situation, even if our opinions differ. We agree our opinions are superior in comparison with the rest of the strangers on the Dragon Heat wiki. Yes to that, Liam here is like super smart, and I'm a good boy, so my ideas should be good too. But people on the wiki can be really mean sometimes. We need to gain their respect so we can convince them to be good boys too. Scott is right. We need to somehow earn the role of moderators so we can show all those lesser beings who's boss when it comes to the Dragon Heat fandom. But how? I'm sure you'll give us an absurd yet effective idea for a solution, as can be expected from good old Oz. And our options are: let's ask them nicely if they can stop behaving like internet trolls and instead start respecting your opinions, or let's write a powerful fanfic set on the Dragon Heat wiki where you're depicted as the coolest users who should be respected. Alright guys, we're down to the wire. It's the end of week 6. We're about to ask a bitch out to prom. What do we go with? Insert dramatic TV quiz game music here. Without copyright infringement. Cap says the choices are both bad. I mean, I agree, but those are the choices we got. Who knew the gym would be where it all went down? On week 6. Now you all know how I felt fucking it up on the last time twice in a row. It's like, oh, we went on a date, and then I said the wrong thing, and then I was alone for prom. Now you too shall know the pressure of the prom. Cap says fanfic. April, what do you say? Well, here's the thing, like, the asking nicely isn't quote-unquote cool, and it also, to me at least the way it's worded here, reads as more like the Scott option, because Scott is kind of like the big dumb himbo, where, like, he's nice, and he just thinks, like, everyone should be nice, and he's kind of like big dumb puppy werewolf, so I feel like asking people to just be nice on the internet sounds, at least the way it's worded here, as a Scott option. I mean, I think we're gonna go with fanfic and just hope for the best, right? Oh, not so creative. Ah, yes, let's fight wielding art as our weapon. Yeah, weapons are fun. Liam opens a new document on his laptop. Come on, Oz, amaze us with your fanfic magic. Oh, dang, you never thought you were gonna be the one doing the writing. You weren't prepared for this. Let's see what happens. Liam and Scott read as you write. Liam and Scott and Oz were very cool and very nice, and they lived in the Dragon Heat Wiki Community Kingdom. And they were so very cool and so very nice that everyone said, hey, Liam and Scott and Oz are very cool and very nice. We should make Liam and Scott and Oz our kings. And so Liam and Scott and Oz were kings of the Dragon Heat Wiki Community Kingdom because they were the most very cool and most very nice in the kingdom. And then everyone became centaurs and they had centaur sex. Now you're just writing pages and pages of centaur sex. It's perfect, right, Liam? I like the part where they said the three of us were very cool and very nice. It's not perfect, Scott. Also, you can't use centaurification just cuz. Centaurification is a very delicate fanfic tool that needs to be used under the right circumstances. I think Oz was just trying to fool us into reading his extremely dirty centaurification fic. So not cool. Oh, he almost fooled me by saying we were very cool and very nice. That was very not cool and very not nice. Very not cool and very not nice indeed, my dear Scott. Why do you always have to turn to centaurification when anxiety writing? Well, at least you got them to read your extremely dirty centaurification fic. Still, you lose -2 charm and -1 creativity. Also, why did that read like actual fanfic? Alright. Here we are. Back at this screen. Wait, why am I on option? I can go by myself? Oh, wait. If you go by yourself, do you just go by yourself? Or does somebody approach you because you're alone? That's okay. That's not up to me. That's not up to me. Do we go for it? I mean, we go for it, right? We go for it. Oh my god. I mean, I will say, you guys did very good through most of the playthrough. I will say that you guys did very well. The date went well, which for me, the date did not go well. So, I think we have to go for it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we're gonna ask Liam to the prom again for the third time. Alright.
Alright.
Here we go. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you. You and me? Psh,
So
that'd be
mainstream.
so predictable. Don't be a fool. Also, right now I only date blue inanimate objects. Don't harass me with your narrow mind, and please respect my sexual preferences.
You serious?
The shame of your constant failures was so great that you secluded yourself in your room for years and officially started dating your own pillow. Waifu life forever. We got 13 new events, 16 new outcomes. We have 40 of 422 events and 43 of 1,514 outcomes. Oz, most likely to get anal bleaching, and Liam's quote, "Old pond, a frog jumps in, the sound of water." Well, guys, well done. Yeah, I am starting to question if going alone is literally the option. I have to exit out of, Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay, I gotta turn that off because the music is copyrighted, and I don't want to, get another copyright claim. You would think that the credits music in the game is not copyrighted, but it is. Well, that was fun. I mean, you guys did a really good job. I mean, you did much better than I did. So, I mean, we tried. Now, I will say, yeah, I am really thinking, like I've never watched playthrough of the game or anything, so I don't know, but when I saw that it's an option to just go alone, like to choose to go alone, I do think that maybe for him, that might be the option. But we'll try again another day, maybe for him, maybe for someone else. Now, I will say this, I do want to do another run at Monster Camp, but I want to do it with Milo, the non-binary Grim Reaper character, because if I would have known when we started the first playthrough that we were going to be trapped with who we were paired with, I would have restarted the game immediately, because I did not want to do that whole 2-hour storyline with the hunter, and she was kind of unbearable. So, depending, what's tomorrow, Friday? Might do a Monster Camp stream in the morning, and do a Milo run on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow afternoon or not. It might just be a morning stream tomorrow, or a late night muted stream for something else like Don't Starve or Ooblets or something like that. Marcy, eat. But yeah, it was a good stream. Thank you for everyone who came and hung out or participated in our little experiment of trying something different. I will be doing, so when I do the mute streams that are either just music or just game audio, it will be tagged as such. Depending on the game, I'll be active in chat though, so you can always still talk to me. I'll be there, acknowledging chat. There are some points in the day where I cannot have my mic running because of the other people in the house. So that's why I'm doing some of my late night streams or whatever will be muted. Let's see if anyone's online to raid. Bye, April. Thank you for participating in our dating extravaganza. Let's see. Who is on to raid? Anyone on to raid? We're gonna raid Bunny. I don't know what she's on right now. It just says marked as. Oh, she's doing. Okay, so Bunny Bennett is a artist, performer, singer, musician, painter, many skilled person. She is also trans. She is well known from a band called Steam Powered Giraffe. On her YouTube channel, she does a weekly old movie, sort of like Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of show. So tonight is actually that. It's called Movie Mausoleum. If you've never watched it, it's good fun. You can go check that out. So we're just gonna drop a little mini raid on her because I don't know if she's just starting or not, but there's not a lot of people on it right now, so maybe it hasn't started yet, but we'll just be doing that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys again. Thank you again, Captain Andor, for subbing. And thank you, Marcy, again for subbing. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.